President Trump, yep, he's going after Amazon, all right. Listen to what Larry Kudlow had to say about this earlier. Roll tape.
I don't want to judge Amazon. I don't know the beginning, I don't know the end, I'm not an analyst, but I'm just saying his principal issue here is to make sure that the online retailers paying the same taxes and the same tax rates at the state and local governments as the land-based retailers. I think that's a very reasonable point of view.
Is that what it's all about? The spat between the president and Amazon is all about a level playing field in terms of taxation? Greg Valliere is with us, Horizon Investments Chief Global Strategist. I'd be inclined to say it's more personal than that. What says Greg?
I think you're right, Stuart. Good morning. I think that as someone who reads the Washington Post thoroughly every day, the Washington Post is scathing toward Trump. They mock him regularly. Of course he has a rivalry with Jeff Bezos. That's the center of this fight.
So is the best tactic by the president to go after Amazon, go after Jeff Bezos, or just leave it alone, walk away?
Well, I would say the latter. The problem, Stuart, is this. I mean, the economic fundamentals are great. We'll get a good unemployment number tomorrow. Corporate earnings are good. There is one thing the market has to worry about, and that is the president himself is a headline risk. Who knows what he's going to say tomorrow about Amazon or drug companies? Or he does have a habit of being a headline risk, which I don't think is healthy.
But, okay, but look, you know who he is.
Yeah.
We know what we've got.
Right.
We know who we elected. You know what to expect. It's not going to change, is it?
Right. So here's the key, Stuart. You have to say what policies could actually get enacted that would affect Amazon. Frankly, I don't see it. I don't think that there's going to be an antitrust hit. I don't think there's going to be a huge increase from the post office, which is making money off of Amazon. So it's just the bluster. It's the headline risk. Maybe it's good for an hour or a day. But I think investors should fade the rhetoric and look at the policies.
Oh, we've been looking at it for weeks, Greg.
Yep.
We don't let this thing fade.
Right.
Okay. You mentioned the economy. I think it's very strong. I don't want to put a number on it, but these good jobs reports, probably a good one tomorrow, that the economy is growing, I think 3%, maybe 3% plus. That's the backdrop to the stock market, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that means good earnings, good real disposable income. It's a virtuous cycle, and I think if there's a surprise for this economy this year, it's that it excels to the upside, especially in the third and fourth quarters.
Do you think we can hit a 4% growth rate?
I think in one of those 2 quarters, absolutely, yes. And as you see more and more job creation, real disposable income looks great. There'll be more spending. I think the economy is poised to do very, very well. That's the big wild card for the fall election.
Why is it not? Surely it's good news for the stock market as well, isn't it? If you get 4% growth in any quarter, that's looking pretty good.
And with relatively modest inflation. I mean, we haven't used this word for a while, Stuart, but the word Goldilocks still applies, in my opinion.
And you think that the economy is going to be really humming along right around September, October time, right before the elections?
Yeah,
a plus for President Trump and the GOP?
What a coincidence, huh? I think they can say the tax cuts were a major factor. Right now, the House does look like it could flip, but we got a long way to go. And I think that a strong economy is the great wild card of this coming election.
Okay, Greg, we hear you, and we thank you as always for being with us today. Thanks very much.
You bet. Yeah.